All right, fellas. Here we go. Optimistic Knicks fan, episode number 21, and we're gonna get into not the optimistic, just always Knicks fan. Jesus Christ, I keep calling myself that. I am optimistic. I never lost my optimism, and obviously, right now, I'm showing good reason to have such optimism. I'm gonna be bold, and I'm gonna call a Knicks sweep. I'm gonna call a Knicks sweep. I think the Knicks, and again, the 9-day layoff could have stopped a little bit of momentum. You got a Cleveland Cavaliers team who was battle tested, won 4 of their last 5 games, but that doesn't change what I saw. That doesn't change what I saw at all. So let's just get into it. This is gonna be a Knicks versus Cavs preview. As we go on in the series, I will update on what I'm seeing. So I'll do more episodes of Stoic Knicks fan. But number 21, lucky number 21, Kingsbridge Road is going to call a Knicks sweep. I did say the Knicks are also a faux mission. And especially being that I got San Antonio, I get it. It's going to be a hard time sweeping the OKC Thunder, but I do believe the Knicks could beat the OKC Thunder, and probably in 6 games. All right, so I do got the Knicks sweeping the Cavs. The Cavs are a good team. They're a soft team. They don't have workhorses. Spider and Harden. I love how we're calling Harden. It's all calling Harden a big factor. Like we don't get that he is a habitual playoff dropper. And again, this guy gave you 9 points in a blowout. Now I get it; they didn't need him to score. But how many good games did Harden have in that 7-game series against them? Maybe two. The best game obviously was Game 5. He was. There's a team that turns over the ball too much. They're not great rebounding. All of a sudden, I'm hearing that Jared Allen is the guy that's going to start Carly Town. Yes, look, I had to block Andrew Finchel on Facebook because he called the Cavs a 6. And not just he called the Cavs a 6. You're entitled to your own opinion. What you're not entitled to do is lie. The Cavs do not have a better bench than the New York Knicks. And the fact that you mentioned that at the end of your preview, and you didn't even say who was on the bench. Name me somebody off the Cavs bench. Dennis Schroeder. He's their bench. That's it. He's their bench. Let's keep it real. It's either Max Strus, Dean Wade, or Sam Merrill, and Dennis Schroeder. That's their bench. I'm sorry, that's their bench. Going at what? Who's their backup center? Thomas Bryant? Who? Jalen Tyson? A guy that didn't even play high school ball? Went to junior college and wound up in the league? Yeah, he's from New York. Who am I supposed to be fit? When I have a former 6th man of the year, Grand Theft Auto, I have Mitchell Robinson, the guy who dominated their front court 3 years ago. He comes off our bench. Deuce McBride. Come on, man. Look, I get a lot of people. So that's why I say, man, hey, you want to make good bets? Listen to bro. All right, the Knicks are gonna. I mean, again, barring any injury, barring OG being hampered, and again, I don't think if OG is hampered by this hamstring, because again, J-Dub played through a couple little hamstring things. He had a worse hamstring strain, and he missed a month. OG Anunoby has had about 10 days. Actually, no, he's had about 2 weeks to rehab that hamstring, and it's a grade 1. I don't see that being an issue. I only see that as maybe he won't be as on fire as he was prior. He'll be holding that. He won't go all out. That's the only thing. But I don't think we need that against this against this Cleveland team. I don't think we need that. We don't even need OG to be that great. Right now, the way Cat and Brunson are playing, and I don't think there's an answer for them. Mikal Bridges. Let's just go. So Big Being is going to be. I'll do it this way because it's gonna. What I know is, especially in the starting lineup, what the preliminary matchups will be. What the preliminary matchups will be. 1 second, Jesus Christ. So let's do it this way. You're gonna have Harden. You're gonna start off with. Let's start off at the center. You're gonna have Allen guarding Cat, and you're gonna have Cat guarding Allen. So, obviously Cat right now number one in player efficiency ranking, number one in a lot of stats, number two in a lot of stats. You got Jared Allen, who had 2 good game 7s against young, inexperienced, inefficient centers. Other than that, I didn't see Allen really playing that well at all. The Knicks gonna have that matchup, and we're gonna have it running away. All right, so the Knicks win their matchup at center. And power forward, you're gonna have OG and Mobley, and I believe they'll probably play each other. You might have a couple of switches. Again, I think OG's versatility. Is Mobley the better overall player? Maybe. Is he the more rangy defender? No. No. I mean, I'll give it equal, only because you're talking about the prior 3 defensive player of the year. Even though we all know he gets it because Wemby doesn't have enough games to qualify. So he's a decoy by. He's basically a decoy by default. Okay. And I guess that somehow means something, but no, I'm gonna call it an even. You're gonna have James Harden versus Josh Hart. This is gonna be an interesting one because we all know that Harden, the former MVP, is the better player. It's gonna give you better numbers. Will he have a better impact on the series? Will he have the better impact on the series? It is going to be Harden versus Hart. All right. I believe they'll have him guarding either Jalen or Hart, or, the first 2 matchups, I think, is going to be the first 2 at the 3 and 4 is going to be that. Basically, technically, Josh Hart is a starting small forward in the New York Knicks. However you want to put it, it's kind of funny how it goes, because when OG's out, Mikal Bridges pretty much goes to power forward. But yeah, you're gonna, especially depending on the matchups. I don't think it would be in this because you have the 7-footer. Mobley would possibly take advantage of a Mikal Bridges if OG couldn't go, or the Knicks would go double big. So I'm gonna give the matchup. I'm gonna give that one an even, because I'm just out of respect for Harden's ability to get a 30-point game. But guess what? So can Josh Hart. Josh Hart can get a 30-point game, 25-point game, and get a triple-double as well. He's better for more assists. Not more assists, but more rebounds. More defensive impactful plays. Harden's going to be out there being a 6'5" Jalen Brunson. He's the guy you probably want on the 5th option, and the 5th option is Josh Hart. Here's the problem. You can't, Josh Hart is a guy who's going to extend possessions by getting offensive rebounds. He's going to get fast breaks. He's going to get things like that. I'm going to give that matchup an even only because James Harden is prone to go for the 30-point game. But Josh Hart is going to be more of an even impact. It's crazy. It really is crazy. But I'll give it an even just because I'm giving it an equal, because I'm giving it, just because of the matchup, Mikal Bridges versus Spider. And I'm not sure if Spider guards Mikal Bridges on the other side. I'm gonna give that matchup to the Cavs. That's gonna be the one matchup that they definitively win. And that's but not even definitively, because Mikal Bridges' defense has pretty much been sterling. It's been sterling. He has dropped Maxey to a drop. He guarded Maxey to a drop. He guarded Paul George to a drop. He guarded Nickeil Alexander-Walker to a drop. Now, I get that Donovan Mitchell right now will be the best player he has played against. I get that. I understand that. But he guarded all the other three to the drop. I could see him guarding Donovan Mitchell to a drop because it wasn't like Donovan Mitchell went buck wild. I think he's going to be in jail most of the night. Now, I'm going to give them the matchup because it's Donovan Mitchell over Mikal Bridges. Mikal Bridges is our fourth option at this point. Maybe the third. Can't be the third. Only because it's first option versus third option. But I do expect Donovan Mitchell to get under his numbers. Now you're going to have Dean Wade or Matt Strus or Merrill. This is what it against Brunson. The fifth options, who, unless they have a hot night from three, are not going to impact, and Jalen Brunson is absolutely dog walk whoever's trying to. Now again, the question is who's trying to guard him. You don't have what's the guy Okoro? You don't have Ike Okoro no more. You want to guard him with Harden? Do you want to guard him with Spider? Do you want to guard him with Sam Merrill, Max Strus? And that's probably what's going to be. That's probably your best option. This is where the Knicks are just going to absolutely run Cleveland off the court, man. I expect 4 comfortable wins. I don't expect 4. I expect 1 or 2 blowouts, but I expect the Knicks to have 4 comfortable wins where the game is not much in hands. Coaching, Mike Brown against Atkinson. Knicks got that. I mean, come on, man. Mike Brown, I know people don't love Mike Brown. I know he doesn't get credit because, he coached Kobe, he coached LeBron. He's been second chair for the Spurs. He's been second chair for the Warriors. And he don't get the love and the respect he deserves. It is what it is. It is what it is. I'm not going to litigate Mike Brown's coaching. But the job that Mike Brown has done with the Knicks this year, and especially in the playoffs, especially the way the Knicks are playing right now, you're talking about a team that should have had no problems beating the Toronto Raptors, and they got to a Game 7, didn't win a game on the road, and then they did, to their credit, did 1 or 2 games in Detroit, but Detroit showed you what a flawed team they are. I don't think it's anything that they done. I think they just kind of showed up those 2 nights. And yes, they had 2 convincing wins in Detroit. Knicks got 3 last year. I get that it got nothing to do with Mike Brown. That was Tom Thibodeau coaching. But I got the coaching advantage to the Knicks, and I got the last and not least the bench. So as I called out Andrew earlier, the Knicks clearly have a better bench. The Knicks clearly have a better bench, and I spoke on it. I mean, just this is what I think the Knicks are the best team in remaining in the tournament, especially the way they're playing now, right? Everybody's going over regular season shit, not ignoring, and then they'll go to the fact, well, you didn't play anybody in the playoff. That's why you look so good. Okay, so we look so good. We look so good. First, we didn't play anybody. At first, we were going to beat them. Then when we beat them going away, we beat them in a sweep. The Knicks right now, and this is the thing, right now, through the first 10 games of the playoffs, the Knicks had the highest point differential in NBA history. Okay? Part of that reason is for the bench. Deuce McBride coming off that bench. Mitchell Robinson coming off that bench. Jordan Clarkson coming off the bench. 3-point shooters, rebounders. When you got having a 40% 3-point shooter is a flex in this league. When you have 3 guys who can do that, and Shamet, and Deuce, Shamet, Deuce, Shamet and Deuce. Right now, OG is doing that off from the starters. Brunson can do that as a starter as well. Hart is not shooting that in the playoffs. He did it in the regular season. He shot close to that in the regular season. I'm thinking I'm missing somebody. Clarkson is not a 30% 3-point shooter. Neither is Alvarado. But yeah, so the Knicks got 2 off the bench. Deuce McBride, and again, Deuce McBride did have the one game, the last game where he hit like 7 out of 8, 25 points. You understand what I'm saying? But he has been a 40% 3-point shooter this year. And Landry Shamet has been a 40% 3-point shooter. Both of these guys can play defense. Again, you got Dennis Schroeder coming off the bench. Name me somebody: Merrill, Tyson, Strus, or Wade, depending on who starts. I mean, look, those guys start based on the matchup, based on feeling. That fifth starter for Cleveland. And the other two will wind up coming off the bench. Deuce McBride starts. He starts when there's an injury. But he is definitely a sound bench player that the Knicks can rely on. I don't know that I got that with the Cavaliers. The Cavaliers have a better, my God. Please show that you pay attention. Don't just say things to get people to make a stupid bet. A lot of Knick haters are gonna come. A lot of Knick haters are gonna come and make the bets, thinking that the Knicks are overrated, not paying attention to what's happening. Look, Knicks in 4. That's my official prediction. Knicks are gonna. I mean, again, they're gonna have 4 comfortable games, 1 to 2 blowouts. 1 to 2. When I say blowout, I mean 15 to 20 points plus. It's gonna it's just gonna be the Cavs are a worn out team. The Cavs are a soft team, and they're a flawed team. Got talent, but don't look with the Knicks with the way the Knicks are playing defense, both basically since January 1st. And in the playoffs, and mind you, it was a 2-9 swoon in that January 1st month. The Knicks are killed. The Knicks are just destroying the league right now. And yeah, they're gonna go to the finals. I'd be very surprised. I got money on the Knicks going to the finals, and I got money on it being a relatively easy series. You know, the Knicks got this, bro. Peace.